Hello, everyone. My name is KJ, and I am the host of Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. And today's video is my non-spoiler review for the new Marvel animation series, Eyes of Wakanda, which is available right now on Disney Plus. So today's video is my non-spoiler again. So if you haven't seen it, let me be the one to convince you to go check this out. There's only 4 episodes in season 1 of Eyes of Wakanda, and you might have saw it, you might have heard about it, you've seen it trending, but you're still not sure. Well, let me be the one to try to convince you to go check this out. So I'm gonna give it my shot. So sit back, relax, and let me just talk about it. So here I go. Now, Eyes of Wakanda season 1 is an action-packed series that has such a well-written story that for each episode, because each episode is a different story, but it all relates and connects to to it. But they're all in different, and they have the same mission, same idea, same goals, but we're seeing different eras and different generations of Wakandans protecting Wakanda, and we learn so much more about the Wakanda war dogs who mission is to go to the outside world of Wakanda and make sure none of their technology or information ever makes it out to other places all over the world. And we see it's a wear and tear. Some get very emotional, some get not very emotional to it. Some created strong bonds, some has creating a relationship with others that are not Wakanda or for Wakandans at all. And we see this unique way. Now, as far as it historically accurate, not very sure. I just don't really know. And but still there's some certain episodes that you'd be like, wait, is that something we did really historically? And it probably yes and no, but they just tell a unique story with obviously this fictional universe of Marvel characters. So nothing too serious, but it does have this takes you way, way, way back in different time, different eras from Trojan era to the medieval era and to the Spanish era. You name it, it's all on there. And we see older to younger in that timeline period, viewing or trying to understand the Wakanda life, basically. And it's a very unique way. And of course, again, the story is so written so well. And actually, this is the first animation series that is actually part of the MCU timeline. And this shows how much that it does take place, but it does not affect any like future Marvel projects, whether it's a show or a movie. So I wouldn't tell you guys in a non-spoiler way, and I'm not gonna tell you in a spoiler way as well, which check out my spoiler reviews for all 4 episodes. Like, honestly, this doesn't affect the main timeline of the MCU in any time of way, but it actually broadens it and gives you a more depth of the history of Wakanda, and it gives you an idea of the history of Wakanda. And we see similarities that may has happened in the Black Panther movie and Wakanda Forever, of course. Of course it has similarities to that as far as the style. The laws are still the same laws that they explain in the Black Panther movie and a little bit in the Captain America Civil War, but it does give you a more in depth of the vibranium, the technology, and it's just so well done with that. And also, we see surprise cameos, but these are surprise cameos that actually only fit the concept of each episode. So it's not like it's gonna really connect to your Iron Man movies, to your Avengers movies, or even your Spider-Man movies. It's not gonna really connect to it. But again, as far as it takes place obviously before Captain America, the first Avengers. But again, it just really broadens the timeline and gives you understand historically that in the MCU, like any type of superheroes were starting to exist in these different eras in world histories, basically. And I think that's really cool about that. And again, it's just well done, but it's really nice to see where this place is. And honestly, I would love to see more shows like that in those timeline periods historically, like that, to give us a broader, like, there's so much Marvel content they can do. Like, what would it look like in this time, that time, and still not affect the Avengers, the Iron Man, the Captain America stuff. So there's so much opportunity that I see that they can do. And after seeing this, I'd be confident that they could pull that off. So that's all I'm saying. Now, let's talk about the things I didn't like about it. And there's only one thing I did not like about this. It was not enough episodes. And the reason, and that's just being selfish, just being a little too greedy about this, because of the amazing concept of this show. Seeing the characters that we haven't seen in the Black Panther movie, in the Wakanda Forever, but these are characters that could be their great grandfathers, great grandmothers, great uncles, whatever. Just they're the ancestors of maybe T'Challa's mom and dad. It could be like, or cousins. Just there's a lot. Like, the bloodline of this is really unique, and to see it all take place and see a more origin story of Wakanda, it was just really cool. And just I just wish there was more episodes, because I would love to see what Wakandas were like in other eras of years, where maybe a medieval, or a the 90s, right? Like anything like that would just be cool. I would love to see. Or 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s. Like, I think it'd just be really cool to see more of like that. So I definitely hope there could be more episodes in the future of this. So I definitely enjoy it all the time. Now, let's talk about the things that I did like about this. Number one, the animation was so excellent. There was times where it reminded me of, as animation wise, the way they put it, they drawn and edited, and the graphics to it remind me of maybe the 80s and 90s, early 2000 Disney classic movies, animation style, like Hercules, Lion Kings, 101 Dalmatians, anything like that. They had the graphics, the animation, the colors to it was just so well done. And that was my favorite thing about this series, was just the drawing, the colors. It was bright, it was dark, it was dim, it was magical at times, but it was so well done, put together. And you can tell a lot of people who were part of this, producing this series, put a lot of effort, a lot of passion, a love. Not and other people have in other Marvel projects, but this one really shows. off in this series, and I just love that. Now, number two, seeing other clans and tribes that are similar to the Wakandans were really cool. And it gives you an idea of like, okay, so Wakanda pretty much created the blueprint, and everybody wanted to be wants to be like them or have structures or laws similar to the Wakandas, but in their own version with these clans and tribes. And I thought that was really cool. And knowing that these clans exist, and we haven't seen any these particular clans or tribes in the modern time of where the present time in the MCU where they're at right now, which would be the Fantastic Four movie would be the current time. Even though, well, I'm not gonna get into it, but the latest Marvel movie is the Fantastic Four. So from at that current time and timeline moment, we haven't seen these other clans or tribes in that present time. So, but it's cool to know that they planted little seeds to let the viewers know, and the diehard fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that they exist. They exist in this thing, and they're there. We just haven't got to them yet, pretty much. So that's what's cool about that. And then number three, the ending to episode 4 was really good. It gives you an idea how much that the ending to Black Panther and the ending to Wakanda Forever is very important, and I thought that was really neat what they did with the post credit scene as well, and I thought that was really interesting. And I definitely have a theory that I hope you guys check out in my spoiler review for episode 4 of Eyes of Wakanda. But definitely check that out. But it is so worth it, and I would highly recommend watching this because one, just not just because it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they created this series and everything is so well done. The voice actors to the main plot to each episode, just seeing everything just take place, the creativity in here is just so awesome. And they really explore Wakanda, where you see the trees, you see the animals, you see day and night. And it was just so awesome. And I really think you guys would truly enjoy this. And if I had to give this a 1 out of 10, I got to give it a 10 out of 10. Really well done, produced. And so I'm giving a 10 just to make everything clear. It's a 10. And it was well done, produced. And this was one of Marvel's best projects so far out of this year of 2025. So I cannot wait to see what's more to come for next year. So it's well worth it, and I would highly recommend. So if you did check it out because of me just explaining it to you guys in this non-spoiler review, please let me know in the comments below. I would truly appreciate it. But that's my spoiler review, y'all. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment Official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so y'all always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.